I'm going to read this book. I've read the... Don't come for me for not starting with... Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, my name is Tanisha and I love taking you along on a reading journey. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about my summer TBR. I am so excited because my summer TBR is a mix of thrillers, romance, fantasy, and books that have been on my TBR for years now. I'm currently in the middle of the last 2 weeks of school, but once this video is out, I will be having a lot of time for reading because school is out for the summer. So let's talk about the books that I'm looking forward to the most. The first 2 books on my summer TBR are part of a series that I want to start. I have been wanting to start this series for years now, but I really wanted to finish the 2 other series that this author has put out first. And the series I'm talking about is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I already read ACOTAR and Crescent City, at least all the books that are out in those series, so it is time for me to start Throne of Glass. But I didn't want to start it in the middle of my school year, so I waited until now that my school year is over. And I personally don't read series back to back, so I'm not going to put all 7 or 8 of the books on my TBR. I know that Throne of Glass is a very popular series and that the reading order is debatable. I decided to read them in publication order, so don't come for me for not starting with Assassin's Blade. I really debated on starting Assassin's Blade and everyone that I know and read the series is telling me different things, so I'm deciding to just do my own thing, and I like to read series in publication order, so that's why I'm going to start with the Throne of Glass. And the second book in the series, Crown of Midnight, is also on my summer TBR, and this series is about Selena, who is a assassin, and she is supposed to get freedom, but her freedom comes with a lot of dangerous conditions. So I'm very excited to start that series, but Throne of Glass is obviously not the only book that is on my summer TBR. The next book that is on my summer TBR is Babel by Kuang. I don't know how you pronounce Babel. This book explores language and power, and it is described as a slow burn, thought-provoking read. I have seen a bunch of good reviews and it made me bump this book up on my TBR because I've always wanted to read this book solely because of the cover, because the cover is so beautiful to me. But the positive reviews that I have been getting made me want to read it as soon as possible, so that's why it is on my summer TBR. I'm also reading Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I already read Malibu Rising and The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and I loved both of the books, so I'm very excited to read her newest release. And this is actually for a book club that I'm going to attend at a bookstore, and the meeting is at the end of July, so I'm definitely going to read this book this summer. And another book that I'm going to read for a book club is Kill for Me, Kill for You by Cavanagh. This book is about 2 women who meet each other, I think in a train, and they are going to get revenge on 2 people and they're going to kill for each other. And I'm very curious to see who is going to get murdered and how this is going to work out. But like I said, this is for a book club and we have decided to not tell each other the ratings of this book. So if I read this book in this month, I won't be uploading a reading vlog until next month because the meeting is at the beginning of August. So I won't be talking about this book, putting my rating on Goodreads, or posting a reading vlog until that meeting has passed. To balance out the heaviness of my fantasy reads and also my thriller, I decided to put Hotel Nantucket by Elin Hilderbrand on my summer TB. I'm not sure what this book is about, but the cover screams summer to me, so I thought this season was the best time to start this book, and I'm so excited to read it because I've heard great reviews about it. And another book that I'm very excited to read is The Mysterious Case of the Alperton Angels. This is about a true crime writer who digs into a cult, and it is written in emails, transcripts, messages. I love the author of this book. This author writes a lot of books about murder mysteries and just normal mysteries, and it's always written in mixed media, so emails, text messages, transcripts, notes, diary entries and stuff like that. And I always love reading her books. I think I have read 3 books by her so far and I loved every single one of them. So I'm so excited to read this one as well. And another book that I'm so excited to read is Play Along by Tomforde. I've read the first 3 books in the Windy City series already and I only have the last 2 books left. I don't have both of those books on my summer TBR, but I have at least Play Along. I have started Play Along already a couple of months ago, but I was not in a romance mood back then, so I soft DNF'd it, and I'm planning on giving it another try during this summer. Another romance that I'm going to read this summer is Love Unwritten by Lauren Asher. I've read the entire Dreamland Billionaire series by her and also the first book in the Lakefront Billionaire series, and I enjoyed all of them, so I'm very excited to read this one as well. I have had it on my physical TBR since March and I'm very excited to pick it up this summer. And another book that is on my physical TBR that I really want to pick up this summer is The Innocent Wife. This book is about a woman who is married to a man on death row. She thinks he is innocent, but she starts to doubt it. And that's basically what the book is about. That sounds so interesting to me and I have had it on my physical TBR since last year, so I'm very excited to pick it up. Another book that has been on my physical TBR for a long time is Where She Went by Gayle Forman. This is the sequel to If I Stay, which I read in high school probably 10 years ago, and I bought the sequel back then 10 years ago, but I never picked it up even though I need closure to the story, so I can't wait to finally close that chapter and just read it already since I have it on my bookshelves. So we'll see if it finally gets read. And the last book that I'm going to read this summer, I'm not going to say that I want to read this summer, I'm going to read this book because this book is the book that has been on my TBR the longest. This is the first book that I've added to my Goodreads account when I started my account in 2020, and that is Under the Dome by Stephen King. I have been putting this off a long time, but I'm finally going to read it. And that's all I have on my summer TBR. I think there are 12 books on there and I'm going to try to read all of them. I'm probably going to update you at the end of summer to see how I did and what my ratings were, but that's it for now. So thank you so much for watching. Comment down below what books are on your summer TBR and I will see you in my next video whenever I post it. Bye!